Okay. So today's theme is how looking back can actually help your business move forward. And so that might sound a little bit in contrast to what a lot of people tell you, but I have a point to make here. And it's called Why Does the Past Sell? And so basically, when everybody's chasing trends, the businesses that win can often be the ones that remind people of where they came from. So we're talking about nostalgia. And nostalgia is not just about being old fashioned, but it's about making people feel something real. It's about connecting them to a familiar feeling or experience that they've had in the past. And emotion can beat logic in these situations. Nostalgia triggers dopamine hits and comfort. It makes you feel good. It builds instant trust because it feels familiar. You have a connection with whatever's being talked about, the topic at hand. And because of that, you immediately start to trust whatever or whoever is talking. And it can just simply cut through all the marketing noise and jargon by connecting to shared memories and thoughts and feelings that we may all have, or a group of us may have. So I've got a couple examples here just to kind of show that big and small brands use nostalgia marketing all the time. Coca-Cola is really good at this. They bring back old bottles and logos and jingles. You can see a couple of the images over here on the side. They don't make them like they used to, but we do. And then they've got this picture of Elvis. And immediately people feel warm and fuzzy if they're Elvis fans, if they remember his music or were fans of him or whatever. And it's just a simple ad, right? And so immediately people feel this shared connection with Coca-Cola.
Well, and
Another one is,
they
go
did the
ahead.
subliminal. They've got a subliminal bottle in his sideburns too.
Mm-hmm. They sure do. I didn't even notice that. Um, And then the poster down below, which Coca-Cola has lots of this kind of stuff out there, which is just kind of old. I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Not retro, but I guess retro imagery or posters or signage. That's a popular thing. It's a collectible, and it shows all the Coca-Cola bottles or a variety of them going back for decades, right? And what they look like over the years and where they've gotten to, today. Um, and Coca-Cola has a lot of this memorabilia, I guess, that they sell in stores as well. The local restaurants, they might lean on neon signs, old photos, like photos of the area. I know there's a restaurant around here that has lots of old photos of the town and when the bridge was built and just all of these historic kind of photographs and things. And even just little sayings like since 1954, even if you see here, Coca-Cola's got since 1886. Um, that's a play into nostalgia. It's building trust and kind of that proof, right? And then a marketing ad, a post comparing 25 years ago versus today, and it shows a Yellow Pages book, right? Old phone book beside a Facebook ad today, and how marketing used to be done and how it's done now. But that nostalgia, that connection, immediately when you see that, you might feel a little bit of a connection and an increased amount of trust in that ad because you remember what it was like to thumb through Yellow Pages and look at the ads in the back and find businesses' phone numbers and the highlighted listings and things of that nature. But the trick in all of this isn't just to copy the past, it's simply to borrow the feeling of the past. We're not going back to the past. Elvis is not coming back. These old Coke bottles, for the most part, aren't coming back. It's not going to be the norm. I'll put it that way. The Yellow Pages is definitely not coming back in a phone book form, right? We just want to borrow the feeling, borrow that connection, and make people feel something, emotion, right? So we want to use nostalgia to build that connection. Tell your origin story, tell your community's story, whatever it may be. Tell the story about how you got started, about why you started what you were doing, and tie it to something that people can feel. Use visuals, right? Anniversary events, even old prices, and showing how things got started. And then remind people what hasn't changed, right? What is still constant? The quality of your work, the commitment that you have to your work or to your customers, um, your roots to the community or the industry that you're in, or whatever it may be, your connection. And down here at the bottom, I put that the smartest marketing doesn't always invent new feelings. It reminds people of the ones they already trust. This is a lot easier for us to do as well. We don't always have to reinvent the wheel and create something new. We can lean on and leverage something that is already out there. We can borrow it for our own reasons, right? So I think that's the end. Yes, that's the end. Okay. And so, yeah, basically, what is a way that you could use nostalgia marketing in your business? I know for me, with my coffee shop, with PJ's Coffee, um, PJ's as a company was founded in 1978. The first location opened in 1978. So our company is 47 years old. Now my location is only 3 years old, but um, we can leverage that connection to being around for a long time, to being dependable. Also, in our coffee shop's called PJ's Coffee. PJ stands for Phyllis Jordan. Sometimes in their marketing messaging, they'll even talk back to Phyllis when she had the company and when she started it and why she started it, and in New Orleans and the vibe and the spirit of New Orleans, right? And they even actually have a coffee cup here, and it even tells a little story on the cup if it'll clear. Well, you can't read it anyways, but it basically just kind of talks about the reason that Phyllis Jordan started PJ's in the first place, and all of these things, and it just kind of gives you the warm and fuzzies, right? And so, how can you leverage nostalgia marketing in your business? Um, or if you have done it before, what has worked, and what could you continue executing on with nostalgia marketing?